Wow. Just wow. Huh. Uh, oh. Mm. You know, I kind of did this movie in reverse. I should have had the alcohol while seeing this movie instead of having the alcohol for Shin Godzilla, because I saw it at a restaurant theater for once instead of just a regular theater. And I'm like, maybe I'll just enjoy Godzilla by just having a little mixed drink and a couple mixed drinks and just see that movie. And then see this one. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It can't be that bad. I mean, it's forgettable, yeah. I mean, I've never heard of this one before, I think. It's like, this Deadly Friend is like this film you saw, but you forgot because it was bad. And you're like, oh, okay. Then you forget about it, and you forgot so much, you're like, you forget about it, and all of a sudden you see a scene, like, hey, I remember that movie. I saw that movie. But then you forget for a reason. And, oh dear God. Oh, whew. Uh, I mean, I can see why this movie was forgotten. I mean, wow. Jesus. Something feels off about this movie. I mean, Wes Craven is usually a guy who, the movies I've seen, Serpent and the Rainbow, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, he's done, and Shocker. But I haven't seen Shocker in a while, so this is going to be an interesting thing when I see Shocker again for the first time. And I think last time I saw it was like late '90s on TMC, on not TMC, wherever the hell the other Showtime subsidiary is. I saw it on that channel on cable one night, and so this is the first time I'll be seeing that since then. But I wanted to give him a little more showing this year than I did last year. I only did one movie of his that he wrote and produced, which was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. And so this year I pretty much did this movie. Because I heard about it, I was like, I never heard of this movie before. But then I saw some of those trailers, I'm like, I think I've seen this movie before. And I'm like, why did I forget this movie? And I saw the movie, and oh my, whew, oh, I mean, wow. And then I looked at the thing, after this, I looked just now, afterwards, looked at the Wikipedia for this, and I'm like, wow, they really fucked this movie. I'm surprised Wes Craven did more movies after this, because wow. Wow. This it's just like two movies, and then like it just feels like two movies, and it just wow. It's okay. I'm saying too wow too much. Okay, the reason why I'm saying wow is basically this movie starts off like a '80s teen comedy movie that's rated PG or G rated. It's nice. I mean, okay, it doesn't start out as far as a nightmare sequence, but then it just has that PG rated thing, a very light-hearted movie, and then it goes into some territory I didn't think it would be going to. Okay, I knew the robot was going to die. I really knew. I mean, that thing was asking to die, and then it went into more places. I'm like, okay, and then it went to another place. And I'm like, what the fuck? The hell? Jeez, why? And then it goes even worse. And just when you think it doesn't even go there, it goes to another level. I'm like, I really should have had that drink for this movie instead. Oh boy. Oh dear God. Yeah. Whew. I really should have had something more tonight. I really backed the wrong horse with alcohol tonight. uh, but yeah, this movie's a mess. A real weird I just don't understand. I mean, I could see parts of it that have a little bit of Craven style to it, like horror-wise, but you get the feeling that he was trying to do something different. And you get, I mean, you get that this was fucked up by the studios. You get that. I mean, given that it was '86 that this was made, I was like, okay, why was this? I never heard about this movie, and then I remember why, because this movie's just so far forgettable, and the fact that you had him doing freaking Nightmare on Elm Street after this during this one, and then he does freaking Serpent Rainbow. People, I think it was People Under the Stairs. It was soon after this, or around that time period. No, People Under the Stairs was the early '90s. Serpent Rainbow had to be next after this. I have to look it up. Because he went on a tear after this, after that, doing those stuff. Serpent Rainbow, Two Under the Stairs, then went off doing Shocker. Okay, I really have to watch that movie. I was almost tempted to do People Under the Stairs, but I've seen that movie so many times. I enjoy that movie, but it'd be cheating to do that one. Serpent Rainbow, I always would tempted to review that movie, this thing, but not so much. But this movie, oh dear God, it doesn't know what it wants to be. It really doesn't. I mean, it's just an awful movie, just mangled by this stuff that you didn't expect it to have, and it literally is basically them I mean, it feels like somebody's forcing Wes Craven to be doing his nightmare shtick, and Wes Craven's like, I want to do this story instead. And they're like, no, we want horror, we want guts. And just some of the gore effects in here are just outrageous. I mean, a girl gets her head bashed in by a basketball, and her head is still, well, her head, because her head's all pumpkiny, and her headless body's just still walking around with blood. I think for the first time I was like, am I watching a Tarantino film? Is this how Tarantino got his stuff on? Because the blood's just squirting around, and my body's just still going like that. And at the end of the movie, too, I mean, it goes into this Nightmare on Elm Street thing, just like the bones and the skin of the girl just suddenly melts away for some reason and decomposes, and I don't understand that fucking ending of the movie. Why is the the girl a cyborg? He installed a chip. How is that possible? Oh God. I really gotta have some booze after this. I really do. I really do. I don't understand why this movie was. I get why if I've seen this movie in the past, why I forgot about it. Because, oh dear God, oh. I mean, not making it out as, I mean, it's a bad movie, but I've seen worse, but it's just, it's so disappointing seeing something like this, because you know the director behind is a great director, and you know there's a good movie in there. It's like this is like me watching Terminator Genesis over again. There's a good movie there, but it's fucking buried underneath all this shit. And it's heartbreaking to watch this because the performances are good. When Christy, what was her name? Christy Swanson? No, the original Buffy. Christy Swanson, I think is her name. I have to look it back again. Yeah. But yeah, Christy Swanson's great in this. The guy, both the rest of the cast, pretty much, they look cliched, freaking 80s stock characters. And I swear the robot's voice is freaking Roger Rabbit. It sounds like freaking Roger Rabbit. And that alone makes me realize this. I mean, the freaking voice sounds like Roger Rabbit. I gotta look and see if it's freaking Roger Rabbit. It wouldn't surprise me because the guy who played Roger Rabbit had a part in some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So it wouldn't surprise me to find out if I looked on Wikipedia and looked on that freaking cast list if his name was on that thing, because it sounded just like freaking Roger Rabbit, and it wouldn't surprise me at all because fucking hell, that I mean that wouldn't. But this movie just, oh god, this movie shouldn't have been R-rated, or shouldn't have had some of this gore stuff. The gore, it, I mean, I could see why Wes Craven probably did this because he probably did like, fuck you. If you're making me make a do every, I'm gonna do the most outrageously horrific R movie possible, so comedically bad that people are just gonna go like, the fuck I just watch. This is just wow. What the fuck? That's what I did when I saw this. I was like, what the fuck? The fuck? Oh, fucking hell. So yeah. Yeah. This was a bad movie. I don't know if this would be the worst movie I've seen this year, but this little anthology, who knows? A couple more movies I haven't never heard about. One of the people who recommend me, usually bad horror movies, recommend me a horror film. It sounds good, but I don't trust it. So there's that, yeah. But yeah, then I get this movie was oh god, it was awful. Oh. Tomorrow should be good. Should, key word. Silver, it's a Silver Bullet. I was gonna have this my second thing, but then all of a sudden I was like, I gotta put two Wes Craven movies, and I don't want to do them back to back. So I bumped Silver Bullet down to tomorrow, and I'll be doing this movie for now. So there's that. Yeah, this movie was bad. I remember seeing Silver Bullet. I think I saw parts of Silver Bullet. I know the guy freaking who was in Under Siege 2 Dark Territory and freaking People on the Stairs. He's in this movie, and I'm assuming he's probably gonna be the bad guy because anytime he's in a movie, he's usually the bad guy. I don't think there's any movie I've seen of that guy. I have to look up his name tomorrow before I see the movie because this guy reminds me of Robert freaking Kingsley. He's pretty much in that when he was in the 80s and 90s, got freaking like the living, breathing thing of Robert Kingsley, aka the Hobgoblin in Marvel Comics, because he had the same chin, the same freaking face, and he pretty much always played the bad guy in the late 80s and early 90s, and well, I think Under Siege 2 was in late 90s. So yeah, this should be a kick instead of that big. He probably is the bad guy, but anyway, yeah, that's till tomorrow. So yeah, Deadly Friend, holy fuck, what the fuck did I just watch? Holy shit. Oh, wow. I really want to. Really made some regrets tonight on what I should have done tonight in consuming alcohol. I should have done that for this movie so much because it was just so bad. So bad. I could see why this is forgotten so much. I wonder if there's actually another version of this. I gotta look more into seeing this because I saw it on YouTube, so there's gotta be a better version of this movie somewhere. Maybe there isn't. Craven probably didn't get his director's cut from this. This doesn't seem like a film that would have been more hoopla if it was. But anyway, yeah. So there's my review. Till tomorrow, folks. I'm probably gonna get some drinks now because I definitely need some after seeing this movie. A big drink.